The Romans, raised by wolves, they see a guy turning water into wine. What do? They eat him. Because there are no saints in the animal kingdom. Only breakfast and dinner.
If you'd be so kind, would you mind introducing yourself?
My name is Arif. I'm the vocals for Code Error and also Rumah Rot. And I'm here in Kuala Lumpur, Rumah Api.
So this is the second time I'm sitting down with Arif. I caught you when you were here back in January, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you were playing Publica at a fest over there, a metal fest. And since you guys are touring with, or I guess playing a few shows with Rumah Rot, I figured I'm not sure when the next time I'm going to see you is, so the best time to catch you and talk about Code Error is probably going to be tonight.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you guys played your set a little over an hour ago. Was this which show is this for you guys? Is this your second show?
This is our second show. The first show was yesterday in Singapore at Decline. It was a pretty nerve-wracking first show because we have no idea how we will sound like on stage, and knowing Singapore crowds, they tend to just stand around and kind of observe you. I mean, which is good actually, and they kind of really listen to what we are all about. And as to compare to 1 hour ago, it was fucking insane. I mean, it's an understatement for Rumah Api. They are always insane. I mean, it's basically our second home here, and everyone was so friendly and all that. We enjoyed ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even by Rumah Api standards, tonight's set was pretty crazy. Like, kids were flying all over the place as soon as you guys got on stage. We'll get to the set time a little bit later, but because you guys just have that one EP out now, your set was pretty short, and you had an extended delay due to some unforeseen circumstances. And even then, I don't think the enthusiasm for you guys went down a little bit. I think everyone, as Tiong was changing the strings, people were still getting really amped up.
Yep. That's amazing about Rumah Api. I mean, shit happens. I mean, this is our debut, so-called, second show. And shit bound to happen. We have really no idea what we are doing right now. It's just that once shit happens, like just now, we tend to try to be as normal as possible. I tend not to talk so much on stage because I've already did that with Rumah Rot, so I need to shut the fuck up a little bit more on Code Error and just play. And even though there's like a string breakage and whatsoever, the crowd still stays around. That's one beautiful thing about Rumah Api. They just endless support from them. Really means a lot to us.
So let's give a little bit of background for Code Error. The last interview that we did together, we introduced Code Error a little bit, but we didn't. I didn't have a lot of details at the time, and I think you guys were still keeping it under wraps pretty much. So let's talk about the background of the band, who's in the band, and the build-up to your release.
All right. Actually, Code Error was formed way back in 2017 or 2016. It's actually a project of me and the band members from Maruta. I'm not sure you heard the guys from Maruta. They are grindcore based in Miami, Florida, and we did a couple of songs online and all that. It was tough, but I think at the end of the day, I think it's not really healthy because it's pretty difficult to contact online and spew your thoughts or your song structure and whatever. So it kind of fades off really slowly and it died. So a few years later, Rashid has a band which is a warm rock guitarist. He has a band called Satan, and in my mind it's like, fuck, I need something else other than fucking warm rock. Every day is fucking warm rock and warm rock. I need a break from warm rock, man. So probably something fresh, blah blah blah, and it didn't happen. So until Satan kind of rest in peace, and Rashid formed another band called Marijana, the stoner doom sludge kind of band. And I kept thinking to myself, I really need to do this because the way he's handling his music wise is really healthy, because it's always not about warm rock. He has another band and fresh mindset and all that, and I need to get this shit happen with Code Error. So I retained that name and finding members locally and not internationally. So it works better that way, and slowly I try to bring in Vijesh, I try to bring in Fitri, which is our ex-warm rock drummer, playing on bass, and I try to bring, I can't find any other guitarist, so I have to, the next best thing is Malaysia, which is Tiong from Tools of the Trade. So yep, that's basically a brief summary of the history of Code Error. We're a fucking new band, and history is just that for now.
What is the difficulty of having your guitarist in another country?
Songwriting, because how do I put this? We do the songwriting on WhatsApp, whereby Tiong from Malaysia send us a riff, and he sent it over on WhatsApp, and we kind of have a little bit of a brainstorm over online. And Vijesh, he has a drum set at home, so he kind of laid down a rough mix of what the fuck is going on with that riff, and from there I would grab Vijay's drums and Tiong's guitar on a program and join it together, and after that I would try, I don't know, speed things up or slow things down. Maybe it sounds right. It's fucking tedious shit. So I don't know. It's really, it sucks. It sucks. But the good thing is that we released an EP, and everything went so fucking insane. Especially tonight, it really blows my mind. This thing is actually working, and I'm in a healthy state, and it's not always worm rot all the fucking time. So I'm very thankful for that. So yeah.
When was the first time that all you guys were in a room together?
When was the first time? Probably.
Because Tools of the Trade and Worm Rot have played together a lot, but as Code Error, the four of you guys working together, when was the first time you guys actually were all sitting together?
Oh, that was when our first ever rehearsal. We have no idea what we are going for. Tools of the Trade has a show in Singapore. So then I kind of suggest, why not just jam for fun? See where we go with our songs and all that. We do not have a song yet. It's just that we just be in the studio together. Just need to feel the chemistry and everything. What's everybody mindset is like and everything, and we just create a song from there. So from there, that's probably in 2017. I don't know, last year, I guess. Yeah, it worked out well, but we're still kind of unsure of which direction we are into until a few riffs has been created in WhatsApp. So yeah, it's the first time we met when Tools of the Trade has a show in Singapore. So.
Were you guys unsure about whether or not you were going to play grindcore or not, or was it just what kind of grindcore you were going to play?
I like straightforward grind, but at the same time I'm trying my best not to be so monotonous with my picks in terms of influences. And we did create a straightforward grind, and as time goes by we kind of feel like it's boring. Because I tend to think about the future, multiple releases. Are we going to be like the same album every goddamn year? I think that's probably not an ideal situation to be in. So we tend to listen to a lot of bands like The Curse, The Secret, Gaza. We are a huge influence of Gaza. We really love Gaza. And also the Japanese band called 324. Really fan of them. And we try to be as dark as possible. And at the same time, you do not wish to sound like Worm Rot. You do not wish to sound like Tools of the Trade. You try to be Code Error. It's tough, but thankfully everyone is on the same page. And we try to be as dark as possible, because I don't recall any dark grind bands in Asia from what I've known. So it's pretty interesting genre. Hence we move forward with that. Yeah.
So let's talk about the first EP, which came out I think last month, right? Or yeah. Did you guys self-record it and self-release it?
Yeah, everything is DIY. Fucking finally, because if I want to get into labels and all that, I think it's gonna bore you. But we have freedom. Just to say this, we have freedom to do whatever the fuck we want, and it's just that we can't sign on any labels because of me and Vijesh, because Eric Records contract and all that shit. But it's okay, I understand that they have their own contract and we signed the fucking agreement, so it's on us. But for now, we just a lot of co-releases. Small labels just helping us out to put out our stuff as much as possible. We have Tandang Records from Malaysia. We have Obliteration Records from Japan. We have Dice E-Ray from Singapore and Fat Ass Records from Europe, who's going to release our vinyl of the self-titled EP soon, in 3 months' time, I think. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it feels great to have finally no boundaries, sort of.
If you want, I can edit this out, but I have to know. Did Eric know about Code Error before it was announced on the blogs?
Okay, you can put the shit in. I don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, they knew about us, and they warned us that, saying that, do you know that Vijesh and Arif is under contract and you can't sign under any labels like Relapse whatsoever? I mean, before they emailed us that, we approached kind of a Relapse or Death Wish or trying to help us put out this self-title, but they emailed us first saying that they kind of warned us. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good to warn us so we don't end up in deeper shit, you know. But they knew about us, and from what I've heard, they are trying to help us release Code Error as well. But Azan told me, because Azan in contact with Eric Records, and she kind of updated me on what's going on with the labels whatsoever, and I said no, please, I need to do this on our own for once. I mean, Eric has already helped Wormrod a lot, and I really appreciate of that, but this time around we do not wish to be in any stress. We just want to take our time, and when the time is right, it's right. So, yeah.
So after this EP and these shows, do you guys have any plans for further releases, writing new material, any tours, things like that?
After this, I think we are taking a break, because I know it's just an EP. I mean, it's pointless to have a break from an EP, but it's difficult on my end, actually.
In fairness, you have a lot of stuff going on. You have a full-time job, you have a kid, you've also got Wormrod.
Yeah.
And Wormrod has some stuff coming up as well.
Exactly, and I have to know my priority, which is family first, of course, because I have a son, and also the next thing is Rumah Rot. I mean, we are going to be very busy in May because that's when we are touring the US. Visas already approved. Everyone is going like hooray and all that. And to be honest, I'm kind of skeptical about the immigration there. I mean, even though you have P1 visas, I'm not sure whether the immigration are being an asshole or what. But I'm not too sure. At least we tried. You know, we disappoint them once before last year. We do not wish to disappoint them again. So at least we tried. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, as for Code Error, I think the next one is going to be an album, our debut album. Because everyone keeps complaining the short is too fucking short. They were pissed off. They were fucking pissed off. Especially yesterday in Singapore.
I mean, Rumah Api has a history of shorter sets. Like sometimes the sets are only about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was interested to see how you guys were going to play your EP. And I think honestly, a 12-minute set was perfect. I think even the way the band came together, it's very no nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you went for it. You didn't overthink things, and you just put it out. And the set was almost the exact same way. You showed up, you killed, you left. You know what I mean? So I thought that was amazing.
Thanks, man. Cheers. I mean, that's what our aim actually in Code Error. I mean, you notice I don't talk a lot on stage whatsoever. I just want to be as direct as possible. I mean, people came here to hear your music and not to hear some stand-up comedy, whatever joke. I think it's reasonable to differentiate between Rumah Rot and Code Error because I'm really afraid people keep comparing these two bands, and thankfully the feedbacks that we receive from listeners out there, we sounded nothing like Rumah Rot and we sounded nothing like Tools of the Trade, which is, I think we accomplished that, and we try to be way further away from these two bands in the debut album. So still grind, still I don't know, what you see tonight will probably be worse in the album. I hope so. So yeah, album is next.
One of the follow-up questions I was going to have from our last interview was what was going on with the visas, and I'm glad to hear that the visas are set.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are on your way over there. Tickets are bought. I have friends in the States who are looking forward to seeing you guys, so I'll send them over to say hi.
Fuck yeah.
I have a quick story to tell about my first time to the US.
Mm-hmm.
I was 18, long hair, wearing a metal shirt.
What happened, man?
In fairness, this was 21 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But
shit.
I was a little bit nervous as well about going to the US, even though I had the visa, even though I had all the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing there in my long sleeve Machine Head shirt. Again, it's 1997. Don't judge me too much.
I have a Machine Head shirt now, so not the new album though. Old one, yeah.
And the guy at the immigration counter kind of looked at me, and then he looked at my paperwork, and he said, "Machine Head, that's a metal band, right?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Didn't they go on tour with Slayer?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "All right." He snapped my passport. And so you never know what kind of, most of the immigration guys that I've dealt with, they keep a stern face, but in their private lives they're dudes just like us. So don't worry too much about it.
Okay.
I think you guys will be fine.
Well, hopefully. You never know, shit happens, but we're trying our best to be as positive as possible because we work our ass off to get this visa done, and also a huge help from Ryan from Maryland FS for having the petition for us, and also Ron from Crawl Space Bookings as well for, I don't know, he worked along with Ryan to get this shit done, and the least we could do is to show up and try to be as positive as possible. What can you do? I mean, right?
So the other follow-up question I have is, how's your back?
Wow.
I noticed you didn't do a lot of jumping around today.
No, but it was kind of, I don't know. It's an on and off thing. Today I feel fine. Probably the beers helped a lot, sort of. But during cold weathers, my lower back kind of fucked up. I mean, like I mentioned before with you during the Rumah Rot interview, I'm very regretful of the what happened in 2009 in Europe. But can't complain much. Shit happened, and I'm just trying my best to lose more weight so I can,
You're looking
support
good.
myself.
Are you jogging? Like, what are you doing?
I'm working.
Okay.
I work in a warehouse. I'm in 12-hour shift.
Okay.
I wake up
intense.
4:30 a.m. in the morning and reach home about 9-10 p.m. Every day. Hence why the money is good. It's just that health-wise is kind of back-breaking. I'm losing weight it's confusing, man. Because the money is good because I have a kid and all that, and living in Singapore is such a bitch with all the bills and everything is so fucking expensive. But I can't complain much. I grew up in Singapore. I accustomed to their rules and regulation. That's how I am. And besides that, I'm trying my best not to do anything stupid like stage diving and all that, which I do in Rumah. But different bands, different fields. So.
Is there anything you want to add?
I'm here for code error right now. Let's push Rumah aside for once. And we have a self-titled EP out. It's in Bandcamp right now. And you can follow us on Facebook, whatever. Just type in code error. And we have a cassette release, which I'm dying to have a cassette release for a very long time. And it's by Tandang Records as well from Malaysia. And I think they are kind of sold out now, and the record label now is topping up for us. It's been great. Rumah Api never fails. We have shirts out. It's going to be reprinted soon, and as well as a 7-inch from FedEx Records and Dice Ire, a collaboration between Europe and Singapore label to release this vinyl, which is going to be ineffective in 3 months' time. And after that, probably debut album and probably touring if I have the strength to do that with Arif Rot as well. And yeah, that's about it for Code Error. Yeah.
Will we ever see a Arif Rot / Code Error dual tour?
Holy shit. No. Never. Because Arif Rot is Arif Rot, Code Error is Code Error. I do not wish to be in the same van touring to see the same fucking people all the time. I just want to do a division between two almost the same genres. There's one time. There's a dude in Singapore who suggested, why don't you do a package tour? Arif Rot, Code Error, and Marijana. So me and Rashid, my guitarist, say, nope, that's not going to happen. Rashid thinks it's fucking ridiculous as well. And to answer your question, no.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
No.
I was just curious.
Never. No.
Excellent. Safe travels back to Singapore.
Thank you, man.
Hopefully I will see you soon, either with Arif Rot or Code Error. And it's always a pleasure.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Arif.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.